Hey one, hey all, and today we go big or go home with this guy. It is the Transformers Robots in Disguise 2001 Omega Prime, and this big lad is going to be our focus this time around in the latest GotBot True Review. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course. Hit the subscribe button, and while you are at it, that's right baby, hit that notification bell because it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. It helps me out a ton. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, Transformers Collectors, NL, and the Autobot family. Have a look for me everywhere across social media. All of those links, man, are down in the description below. And this is the Robots in Disguise, car robots, whatever you want to call it. It goes by a few names, Omega Prime, Fire Convoy, whatever you want to call the guy. We all know what it is. It's the combined mode of the RiD, Ultra Magnus, and Optimus Prime. And he is a big, hefty, beefy lad. And we're going to see how this guy goes together. It goes from being two robots to one. We're also going to see what happens with the leftover parts of Optimus. And a little while ago, Optimus Wilbur, shout out to Optimus Wilbur, took a look at this himself just a couple of weeks ago as of this recording, and he said that while it's impressive and imposing, and while it's definitely worth having, he's not the easiest guy to kind of work with when he's in his combined mode. Well, how easy or hard is he to work with? How easy or hard is he to get in combined mode? Well, we're about to find out when we head over to the table, baby, and take a closer look at this guy. So the last time that we were together, we had both of these guys on screen. We've already looked at the Robots in Disguise Ultra Magnus. We've already looked at the Robots in Disguise Optimus Prime, or Fire Convoy, or Mega Optimus Prime, or Ultra Optimus Prime, or Optimus Prime in his base. There's a lot of versatility there. Here they are, size-wise, if you didn't already see it, in comparison to a traditional, kind of more recent leader class offering. This is, of course, Star Convoy. A lot of people know this mold from the Power of the Primes, Optimus Prime, before Siege and Earthrise made leaders very tiny. So these are two big, hefty, heavy-duty lads from about 20 years ago, taking Optimus or Star Convoy out of it. Why are we here now? Well, we're here for, and you already know this, I'm sure, but just to reiterate, we are here now for Omega Prime. And Omega Prime is when Ultra Magnus and Optimus unite. They become one. And we use bits and pieces from both, and we sort of leave some bits and pieces off both. In essence, Optimus pretty much wears Ultra Magnus, you know, like a suit. And the parts from Optimus that go unused basically become that base that we've seen before. So we're going to sort of start take things apart here so we sort of see what it is we're dealing with. We're going to begin with Ultra Magnus here first because, hey, why not? And we will open up his arms and they will come off. There's 4 pegs on the arms. They go into peg holes all the way around. Then we come to the other arm and we do the same thing over here, and that too comes off. We'll just lay those to the side. And of course, as you probably guessed, we take that off his legs, and of course we have the whole like body section here. We're going to lay all of that all opened up off to the side. Now, I'm no handyman, but I have enough sense to know that you start with a solid base and you build the guy up, and these lower legs of Ultra Magnus become the feet and kind of shins of Omega Prime. So we kind of come here, we open this out, we open all of that out, we pop that up like that, we bring the leg down around, we bring that up on the side. Ooh, and now we have a foot really done and ready to go. I did that quickly. I realized that, by the way, this will eventually come up because what will happen now is Optimus's foot will go in here, this will come up, and this peg hole right there is the section that will go on over the front of his leg. This goes folded up nicely on the side. So that's one leg. I'll do the other one here and kind of show you how that goes. Oh, I did forget to fold that back in. Just gonna, I guess that's gonna fall down for now. Whatever, it'll solidify itself after. Here we pick this up, we bring this back, we bring this up. Now it's important to remember to bring this piece out, fold this down like this, fold this around, and then for the side here, you open it out and you, I guess I'll show it this way, you open it out and you fold it up, fold it in, fold it back. And now you have two lower legs to go on Optimus Prime. So that Optimus will look like this. And in my haste, I made a mistake. I said that this peg hole goes over a peg up here, but there's a peg hole there. This blue piece here, that flips out and pegs into that peg hole on Optimus. Then this comes up and pegs on the other side of that blue piece. Or it should. And in the end, his legs look like this, but obviously we're not done yet. We're gonna do his arms next, and I think they're kind of brilliant, actually. Now, what we have here is, of course, the arm of Ultra Magnus, and the way that this goes on is, I think it's brilliant and very secure. The thumb of Ultra Magnus actually has a peg on it. That will go down into the hand of Optimus Prime, just as if he's holding a blaster. After that thumb is in, then you can unfurl all of the pieces. This comes up around and pegs in, and this piece will come up around. And when this piece comes up around, we actually have two peg holes right there, and those two peg holes go in the pegs that are on the outside of Optimus's arm for added security. Okay, so the focus right now is on Optimus's arm. I said that the thumb will go into the hand, and then when we fold things up, we have two pegs right here that will go into those two peg holes that I pointed out right, if I can show it, right there. It's actually a very solid, secure way of doing it. So we kind of come here, not really going to be able to see it, I don't think. I'll try and do what I can here for you. Kind of come and we should be able to peg that hand in there. Maybe you will be able to see it. Then this comes up around, this comes to the outside, and it pegs on, this comes up, and this comes up behind. All of that should be on, solid and secure. We do the same on the other side so that it looks like this. So legs, arms, done. All that leaves is the main torso, which is the biggest nuisance. These shoulders need to be out to the side, the head needs to be down, because kind of like how we took his own ladder and upper body section, now we need to take the entire rest of the upper body of Ultra Magnus to get us really into the position that we want to be in for using the whole upper body here as like a chunk to go down over. So we actually need to focus on Magnus next. Now I'm not gonna lie, this may go very poorly. We're gonna see. I'm gonna try to not have it go poorly, but I don't promise anything to anyone. Really what we're looking to have in the end is this be our front. In fact, the combined head is in right there. And I'm hoping that it won't be as bad as what I kind of expect it could be. So I'm going to lift that off and we're going to hopefully open out the arms and bring them around like this and bring them around. Ooh, the head is here in the way, so we need to fold that in. Bring that around like that. We're going to do that for now, and then this whole section there will also come back. this needs to come up. I need to kind of figure out now exactly how it was that I had this. And I'm not going to pretend that I know exactly how I had this, because I don't. But I know these come out to the side and this comes down. These come out, this comes down. And this whole section flips back. The chest comes down and we fold up those pieces. And these need to rotate back in. This one rotates back in. That's kind of the front of this done. But the back is not in the position that I need it to be in. So I'm going to just sort of deal with that ever so slightly, and we will go on from there. Whew, now that was a chore. Okay, so I folded these back, and of course that was the chest of Ultra Magnus. All of this is here and the head is out, as I had. These red sections come out to the side, and this will kind of cover the shoulder of Optimus. Then we came to the back, which was a bit of a mess. The blue sections just flip up. This was the arms. I have them on the side. Honestly, even with the instructions, I'm not 100% sure where they go. Then we have to take this whole section and it flips, like it inverts on itself, and then we have the wing sections back here. We have an open space in here. That open space is exactly what will go down over Optimus. Then we notice up top we have 2 circles and 2 squares. We're going to use that to mount Ultra Magnus's blaster after we have this together. But this slots down over the top. When we slot it down, and I'm hoping I can show this. When we slot it down, we have 2 peg holes right there and right there. They go over those pegs that are kind of to either side of Optimus's head in robot mode. What pegs am I talking about? This one and this one. So that in the end, and once we have these 2 pegs slotted in, we have the 2 tabs on the chest. We have 2 rectangular tabs up here. We bring that down. And then finally we bring that down, and if you need to rotate up the earpieces, do that. But in the end, we have an Omega Optimus. But we're not 100% done yet. Almost. We're almost done. We have these 2 rectangular pegs, these 2 circular pegs, and they go slotted up here to give him kind of huge blaster sort of over his head. I'm going to get that on him. We'll see him in all of his glory and give him some scores. And holy moly, wow, is this a lot. In terms of his paint applications and coloration, it's pretty darn accurate. Right down to the little white line in right there. Going down the legs, all of that, like, this arguably, instead of being like a gunmetal gray, could be black. Same with his feet. I mean, they could be black, I suppose, but the tires are supposed to be out here. The hands are the right color. Honestly, 10. 10 for coloration. In terms of transformation, it's not too bad. The legs are pretty easy. The arms are pretty easy. Again, just like with Optimus Prime himself, getting the upper body section on and flipped over is the hardest part. That upper body of Magnus, it's so much going on there that it does become kind of challenging. Nevertheless, you can do it. I'm going to say that's about an 8. So right now the guy's getting a 9. What about the articulation? Well, we have a head. I hope I can do the articulation. We have a head that go left and right and kind of up and down. Now the shoulders are going to be kind of limited. They can go out to the side because of Optimus's arms. They can go forward, they can go back, and this does get out of the way a little bit, but I mean you only have so far forward and so far back. We still have the swivel, we still have the full elbow, we have a wrist swivel, we have knuckles and a thumb that can do the stuff and things. The legs can go still well out to the side. We still have the rotation. We have an ankle tilt now, which is nice. The knee is super duper limited now. I mean, that's about all you're getting for a knee. This looks amazing, but it's not the most functional thing in the world. But honestly, whenever Optimus combines with someone or something, it always looks amazing, but it's more for display than it is for anything else. This looks fantastic. I wish the knee had a deeper bend. I wish the shoulder had a bit of a wider range. And I wish that I felt like, although I guess that's pretty solid. No, I take that back. I was going to say I wish the chest was more solid, but it's pretty solid. The back could be a little more solid, but overall it's pretty good for what it is. I'm going to say that the articulation is about a 7, roughly. He was getting a 9. He is still about an 8. But, to be fair, the recent God Ginrai is pretty limited and fiddly and finicky in and of himself. And this was made so many years later with, you know, advancements in design and technology. I don't know if I would necessarily call it advancements, but like both of these look super impressive. I just wish that both of them were a touch more, I don't know, functional, I guess. You can see that even here, for as big as God Ginrai is, and he's a big boy, he's still not as big as Omega Prime. Let's not forget that at the end of the day, we have this huge combined version of Optimus, and we still have enough parts left over to give us a functional base. He might be an 8, but the versatility for these two guys is almost endless. Honestly, I think the stronger of the two is Optimus, bar none. Far and above superior to Ultra Magnus, in my opinion. But there's no doubt about it that for display, for fun, for presence, the two of these together as Omega Prime is pretty darn amazing. And here we are once again, and imperfect as this might be, it's amazingly versatile. All of those extra pieces go back into being base mode. I love the base mode. Yeah, it's not fancy, but it's functional. And then we have this guy. You will notice, first things first, before anybody, you know, loses the cool, I know that there's lights and sound here. He's, I suppose, say, I think like Magnus Blast or something. But everything, just like Optimus Wilbur said, everything needs to be lined up perfectly. It's not lined up absolutely perfectly here, I'm sure of it. I can't get it to say the thing it's supposed to say, and honestly, I kind of don't care, because you guys know by now that I'm not a big lights and sound guy, but he does by rights have it. Even without it, this guy is so impressive. The conversion is pretty good, you know. I mean, again, this whole upper body section is a bit rough, but the arms and the legs very, very stable. I do wish that there was a little more articulation at the knees, for example, at the shoulders, but he displays super well even all these years later, and he's really solid when he stands. I would say he stands more solid than God Ginrai, to be honest with you. Is he perfect? No. Is he fun? Yes. Is he impressive? Absolutely. Let me know what you think about this guy. Does he fill your bill for an Optimus Prime or not? You know, I love to hear from you guys. I appreciate you coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, there's a donate link down in the description. Don't forget, somehow, some way, each and every day, you do make a difference. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and I look forward, baby, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit. Either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos.